Good evening and thanks for joining us. He's never been one for backing down, and Toronto's mayor is staying true to form tonight. Rob Ford not only continues to say he's not stepping down, his lawyer is now calling for the so-called crack video to be released. He says Ford's done nothing wrong and the public should be able to see the video for themselves. It's an aggressive new tactic in the face of intense pressure on Ford to resign. Our reporting tonight begins with Jennifer Tryon.
After a not-so-secret meeting held at the mayor's mother's house.
Why are you meeting here?
With family members and his inner political circle, the questions were flying.
Will you be resigning today? Mr. Mayor, was this an intervention? Sir, are you going to rehab?
Perhaps most importantly,
Why won't you respond to the police request for a meeting?
the police confirmed today they want to interview Ford, but he hasn't responded.
I've made the invitation through the mayor's chief of staff, and that invitation is I'm going to pursue.
It's all part of the investigation into the alleged crack video that police say is now in evidence. On the radio, Ford's lawyer says he wants it made public.
100%. I challenge anyone to indicate that whatever they see, and he said this from day one, he does not smoke crack cocaine, and there's no video showing him smoking crack cocaine.
But according to police, whatever is in that video was damning enough for this man, the mayor's driver and friend, Alexandro Lisi, to want it back at any cost. That's Lisi's father, his son in court today charged with extortion in allegedly violent attempts to get the video back.
I know it's not necessarily what you might want to hear, but we are not in a position to comment on the matter.
Court documents indicate Lisi was threatening Mohammed Syed for the video. And phone records show in the days following the story of the video breaking, repeated phone calls and texts were made. Lisi to Syed, Lisi to the mayor, and back to Syed again. Phone calls from Lisi also went out to Fabio Basso, a longtime friend of Ford's, who police say lives in a crack house, and to Jay Barami, who owns a dry cleaners. Most of those named in the investigation live within 5 blocks of Ford's house. Under surveillance, Lisi and others are routinely seen leaving that dry cleaners with packages that aren't closed.
Jay?
Please, no, please, just turn off the camera.
Sure.
Jay Bahrami, the dry cleaner, was also arrested with Lisi and faces drug charges. He also has medical approval to grow up to 292 marijuana plants. He says it's for his back, and he hasn't used it.
So you never started growing it?
No.
But whether any of the packages Lisi is seen carrying in the surveillance photos connected to Ford come from that dry cleaners or contain anything illegal, we don't know. Nothing has been proven in court. But what is clear is that Rob Ford is dodging something big, something that may only come out in court. Donna.
Still lots of questions. Jen Tryon, thank you. Well, the pressure is mounting on Ford to step down. Many people saying he's an embarrassment to the city. All 4 of Toronto's daily newspapers, including longtime Ford supporter, the Toronto Sun, have now published editorials calling on him to resign or at least step aside until the matter has been resolved. Christina Stevens looks at what Rob Ford is up against.
Police stood at the end of Rob Ford's driveway this morning to keep the media throng at bay. In one of the handful of times the mayor, noticeably absent from City Hall, was spotted. Some constituents in the area still standing strong with Ford Nation, saying they'd vote for him again.
I think I would.
But it's a different story at City Hall, where the details revealed in court documents and the police chief saying he'd seen the video are sinking in.
Mayor Ford!
Now frustration is building with a mayor who won't talk about it or step aside.
Please, Mr. Mayor, come out, talk to folks. You've been given many, many chances to do that. This is probably your last shot at it. If you don't do it, then you know what? Other things, there are consequences to not taking responsibility.
At minimum, some say take a leave of absence.
He should be apologizing to the extent that he can to Torontonians, and people who love him should be giving him that advice. We know this, in the past, people who worked with him and loved him have given him that type of advice and been fired for it.
Ford supporters at City Hall more circumspect in their comments. The deputy mayor says he's meeting meeting with Ford tomorrow.
I hope that the mayor will listen very carefully, and I'm hoping that upon reflection that he will make the right decision.
And as he has since the beginning, Doug Ford rushed to his brother's defense, taking to the airwaves, saying the video should be released.
I'd like to see this video and let us judge for ourselves, let the people judge for themselves.
Whether it's released or not, the mayor remains steadfast. He's not going anywhere. Christina Stevens, Global News, Toronto.
It's not just Toronto and Canada watching this story. It's making headlines right around the world, from Britain's Daily Mirror tabloid to the front pages of the BBC's website. Even in Germany, they're reading about der Bürgermeister und die Crackpfeife. The Ford story is also fodder for late-night comics, including Tonight Show host Jay Leno.
Well, Toronto's police chief said they have recovered a video deleted from a computer that appears to show Toronto Mayor Rob Ford smoking from a crack pipe. Well, did you hear the mayor's excuse? Pretty flimsy. He said it was medical crack for his crack coma. So.